Some big changes coming to Twitter after facing criticism for temporarily locking down the account of Rose McGowan. Twitter CEO has announced that they must do a better job of preventing online abuse. Our tech contributor Becky Worley joins us from San Francisco. So Becky, what kind of changes can we expect to see?
Oh, George, that is the key question. In a series of tweets, of course, Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey laid out broad ideas for stricter harassment rules and stronger enforcement of the rules they already have. This morning, Twitter promising new changes after a massive online boycott. CEO and co-founder Jack Dorsey saying there'll be new rules around unwanted sexual advances, non-consensual nudity, hate symbols, violent groups, and tweets that glorify violence. The new policy coming as a response to the Women Boycott Twitter protest launched online, as well as what Dorsey calls aggressive work by Twitter. Tweeting, "We see voices being silenced on Twitter every day. We've been working to counteract this for the past 2 years." Adding, "Today we saw voices silencing themselves and voices speaking out because we're still not doing enough." The boycott and backlash coming after actress Rose McGowan was locked out of her account while speaking out against alleged sexual harassment by producer Harvey Weinstein. One of tech's leading reporters telling us overnight that Twitter is in peril if it doesn't change its ways.
Well, you can say all you want, we're against bullying, but if you don't put tools into place that are effective, it doesn't matter. And Twitter's got to figure out a way to get control of the platform, I think, if it wants to be an ongoing, viable communications platform that isn't a cesspool.
Twitter's been battling increased numbers of trolls, with women targeted in vicious online harassment, including Leslie Jones, who even left the service after tweeting about free speech and saying there has to be some guidelines.
If it gets toxic enough, people will just stop using it eventually, and it'll die a very quick death. A lot of people are going on Twitter diets. A lot of it right now, if you go on any of your feeds, it's all fueled on hate and disagreement.
The head of Twitter clarifying the details, saying these changes will start rolling out in the next few weeks. We reached out to Twitter, but they say the tweets stand for themselves. George, no exact timeline or specifics on the new rules have been announced yet.
So it's so hard to know if this is even feasible, if there's any way you can really regulate speech like that on Twitter.
Twitter's really come of age, George. I mean, they say millions more active users. They're citing double-digit percentage growth from last year. And think about it, from the tweeter-in-chief to real-time news on local events during disasters, it's a really relevant place. But your point is so acute, taming the hundreds of millions of users with artificial intelligence and employees trying to sort through abuse reports. Good luck with that.
Well, we'll be watching. Becky, thanks very much.
At least they've got to give it a try.
Yeah.
Anything would help.